A round of applause for Yoshifumi Gotaka-san as he delivers yet another 10 out of 10 chapter, 198, an amazing conclusion to Unstoppable, the Unbreakable, the Uma Beast arc, and we've got a lot to talk about today. I want to hop straight into it, so let's do that. Y bienvenidos a la Dofi Days. The name is Darzus, and I hope you are having an amazing day. And I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart on today in particular, just due to the recent events which have occurred. Akira Toriyama, one man, one sensei who all of us have looked to as inspiration and who probably, if you're watching this video right now, affected your life in a very major way. I'm not going to hop on my soapbox right now, but I just want to, pay homage to an individual who, if they didn't do what they did, if they didn't achieve what they did, I probably wouldn't be making this video right now. So the chapter opens in an extremely unexpected place. The numero uno master rule, who I like to call the master of the master rules, Uma's soul appears on the moon to talk to Luna. All of their interactions throughout this chapter were so mysterious. You could just tell that beneath the surface there was so much going on with both of these characters. What they were thinking, what they were wanting to say, both Soul and Luna, because dog, there is so much more mystery beneath the master rules and beneath the gods that we have yet to unearth. Although Soul arrives in such a casual manner, you can tell this is a true interrogation of the god, Luna, and what her end goal is. Soul casually starts this interrogation by asking Luna, why are the Negators just learning how to harness their souls? It's the last loop, and I think this might be a futile time for them to gain the greatest power-up they could finally have. And Luna's got some excuses. It takes a lot of hard work and effort, about 200 years of diligent work, in order to develop the abilities to harness one's souls. A lot of the ideas I was talking about last chapter is more theory last chapter, but it's set in stone now. Just the fact that Jules, the honest-to-God goat, our captain, our capitan, gave every Negator the opportunity, the chance to develop the ability to harness their souls this loop. Given Jules and Victor were first-generation Negators, neither of them could truly harness their ability to, tap into their soul, to leverage that ability to connect to other past users of injustice, of undead, because they've never died. But anybody aside from those users, and especially the second-generation Captain Fuuko Izumo, do have the ability to connect to past ability users because their soul houses every Negator leading up to them. And I feel like this is where Soul and Luna's conversation begins to diverge. Although Luna stated that it takes 200 years of diligent training to learn how to manipulate one's soul, Soul says, well, it must be a nice coincidence that they're learning to fight Beast right now because Beast has got an ability that's easy to catch on to. And the fact that not only Fuuko Izumo, but Unbreakable have caught on to souls means that, they must be some strong individuals. And he not only acknowledges the Negator's strengths, but he gets genuinely happy to think about the fact that there is some Negators who are gaining strength that no other entities throughout all of the timeline he has seen have ever achieved. And a couple videos back, I falsely identified the past Unluck users to be the Master Rules to some capacity, and I still think that Raccoon could have been one of those people, but nonetheless, I talked a lot about the fact that the Master Rules might want to die as well. They've been around longer than any entities other than potentially just Andy, Jules, Luna, and the Sun, and they probably just want to see this eons long game over with. And our boy Soul, being a bit happy that these people are strengthening themselves, and even being very sad to see his boy Beast go, I just wonder what he wants in this game personally. But as Soul continues to watch over the Negators fight, his amount of excitement is just so interesting to me. Every single bit of evolution that he sees, whenever Fuuko is able to shoot Unluck at the soul of our boy Beast, whenever our girl, Julia Justicia, flex for him, Julia Justicia, I'm not a fan of you yet, we'll flex for him for being a non-participant in a quest and still being able to help out to this capacity. Like, hey girl, I see you today. And a little explanation of that real quick. I know this is a tangent, however, Julia Justicia, if anybody's very upset about the fact that she can already harness her soul so well, think about it from this perspective. She's already having dreams of Jules and Jules' soul in general. Like, that's gotta be a big soul. It's got to be a very strong soul, Injustice, somebody who'd lived through 100 loops already. I imagine like it's kind of like Autumn that we just saw in the anime. Whenever Andy's book gets read and it's gigantic, I imagine her soul's got a little bit more capacity, a little bit more umph in it, stump. Shit, we've seen Andy out here whipping out dead Rotos with his soul even, so I think maybe, and this is just all speculation, but maybe your soul grows to some capacity, or at least just gets a bit stronger per user with more life lived, more experiences gained. Because I imagine Jules' soul is so fucking strong that it makes Julia Justitia strong as hell with that in accordance. You know what I mean? It's kind of bullshit, but like, hey, Injustice. But as I've been saying, Soul watches this entire fight, and as soon as he sees Unstoppable has also learned how to at least touch souls, he knows it's a checkmate. He knows the entire thing's over and gets ready to leave Luna. But this has been an interrogation. He not only wanted to see how strong the Negators have been coming, but he also wanted to get some information out of Luna. Soul already imagined that at some point the Negators would gain the ability to be as strong as they are right now, and you know why? Because Luna created them. And although she tries to make this lie up about the fact that she just wants to see the greatest life form, Soul knows that is a lie. He knows that is only the sun's goal, and I love that they already fucking cut that little piece of information out, because I knew that that was a lie last chapter. It couldn't have been the fact that they wanted to create the greatest life if somebody like Andy the Undead last loop was trying to achieve heights that no other Negator had gotten to, and they sent 2 regulators down. That doesn't make sense. If you want to see people grow and become the best versions of themselves, whether it be through trauma or whether it be through, you know, having to fight back against things, at some point you would just have to be like, all right, let me take my hands out of the pot and let me just see what happens. Be an observer. But Luna and Sun are not observers. I think observers want to see something like come to fruition, want to see something become the greatest it could be. But no, they are like more like tinkerers, scientists, and they just have to have some different goal aside from achieving or finding the greatest life form. And the reason that Soul knows it couldn't be creating the greatest life form is because Luna created Soul. So how and why did Luna create the first Uma? And why would she also give humans the ability to leverage this rule Soul? I've been telling y'all that Luna is the main villain for like over a year or two now, like for a long amount of time. And this is just more credence to that fact. Before there were Umas, Luna created the first Uma. So if before anybody's memory, like this is before anything, this is before humans were made or anything, we had just Sun and Luna? Was Sun created by Luna too? And I've always said, like, bro, Sun was kind of giving me Uma vibes. Even the fact that whenever Sun comes down to Earth, bro, I saw this post on the Reddit and I was like, God damn it, this nigga's cooking. You know the big black bodies that Sun had that were, you know, destroying everything? Is that just the Sun's juniors? Because there were so many of them. That would make more sense for it to be that fact rather than the Sun is one even bigger gigantic black burning body. Like, it would make a lot of sense for the Sun's that just to be its juniors. So is the Sun's Uma number 0? And then we get Soul. And then we get everybody, so on and so forth. Because Luna has been just doing things that not even the Master Rules can comprehend. Apparently Sun doesn't even know what her true end goal is, because Luna just has some weird menacing vibe going about her, that all she wants to do is have a little bit of fun, do shit for her amusement, and it makes no sense. Even our boy Soul is just so upset with what Luna is doing to, you know, him and his friends. You see that he gives this heartfelt goodbye to our boy Beast, but he also says some shit that's interesting. As I've said before, I don't know if the Master Rules are all loyal to the gods, and I don't imagine all of them are. A woman like Change, you ain't gonna make her do some shit for her, like for you. She gonna change herself. She gonna do whatever she wants. I can already tell that she's just, you know, that girl. She's a strong-minded woman, and she's gonna get what she wants. That's all I'll say about that. But as Soul alluded to, he is loyal to the gods. He wants to see a world where these rules come back, and I know that because he said goodbye to Beast. I hope I see you again. The only way you can see him again is in this next perfect world. What our boy on the Ruin said we want to usher in the world of all 101 Master Rules, because that would be what happens after this loop. But where all the Master Rules allegiances lie is something we'll have to speculate upon until, honestly, the end of Undead Unluck. We'll see in the final war, the final fights, who lies on which side. I don't think all the Umas are going to be fighting for God. Just like last Ragnarok, I think there will be some Umas fighting alongside the good guys, and I hope we get to see some Master Rules in that mix. Although the lore has been amazing this entire arc, I guess we do need to talk about the climax to the fight. Unstoppable, pulling it out with a whoosh. So coming through in the Roadrunner's regalia, Top Bull Sparks, the unstoppable man, is kicking shit in his Givenchy's. Fuuko orders him to target all the ancient organisms around so that they can focus on Beast afterwards. And this is when our boy Soul says that we're in a threat mate right now. And if you don't know what a threat mate is, it is a situation you can find yourself within in shogi, where the actions of an opponent on one move dictate whether a checkmate situation will occur in the subsequent move. So in layman's terms, that means that Beast right now, whenever Top is kicking everybody, had to make the correct decision in this first move to not get his ass checkmated next move. And you already know that he went for the decoy. Believing that taking out Fuuko would be the quickest route to success, Beast charged towards her. But as Ishin protects Fuuko with a long staff, he notices he's been got. Fuuko had been holding a decoy of Julia Justicia, allowing her to ride the Quinto Un around, picking out the souls of Beast from all the ancient organisms around. And given this physical instance of soul is also a piece of Beast's own ability, Fuuko fires some Unluck straight at it. After imbuing Beast's soul with Unluck, they just had to wait for it to return to its user. Another rule we learned about souls this chapter, which is that when a piece of a soul is detached from one's physical body, it will return to that body after a set time. In an effort to protect himself, Beast deflects his soul away from his body. However, Top Bull Sparks speeds through and reflects that deflection right back at Beast. And you already know what time it was after that. Here it comes, my unluck. The unstoppable Top Bull Sparks kicks Uma Beast around the entire globe about 9 damn times, shattering him in half and having all of these resurrected beasts fall into their decrepit little forms back into the ocean. What a chapter, dog! Like, I just need to go read the past 20 chapters in a row, because ever since Rip Tristan has been reintroduced, Undead Unluck Loop 2 has just been some of the most beautiful shit ever. Ever. Like, I don't have many words to say about it right now, especially because I actually need to really edit this because my girlfriend wants to go do something today. So, I'll be back. I was really, truly waiting for this arc to end because, you know, I needed all the information Yoshifumi Gotsuko was going to give to us. You know, he don't be like alluding to things in arcs without answering those questions in that same arc, especially in Loop 2. So I knew with him truly like fleshing out what the souls were and whatnot, like we were going to get some interesting information throughout this arc. Obviously, as we see its conclusion, holy freaking crap, we got some really wild information. The fact that Uma's soul, the bearer of this ability, doesn't know why he was even brought into existence. And I talked about the fact that he's the master of all master rules because everything constitutes their ability based on the idea of the soul, the concept of the soul. However, he is confused about that himself. Like, why in the world... Like, truly, why in the world were humans gifted a soul? Why were they gifted souls and the ability to harness and manipulate them? Especially by Luna? By Luna? I don't get it, bro. Does she want to see the gods win? I can't imagine that. Does she want to see the humans win? Also can't imagine that. Is she just the true pinnacle? I have no idea. And that's just one funny thing. This is what I'll leave y'all folks with, because I'm fucking rambling. At the end of Undead Unluck, it's not just a fight against Sun. It's not just a fight against Sun. It's Luna as well. For better or worse, we have to defeat the gods. So, like, what will that mean? What will she look like whenever we turn our swords against her? Because she knows that's going to happen. Like, I have no idea. Just drop your theories, drop your thoughts, because this chapter has got me rattled. Hasta luego.